Stephen McDonald there. Well, Professor Henry Wang is president at the Center for China and Globalization, a pro-Beijing think tank. He joins us live now from Beijing. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us here on the program. Why has Wang Yi chosen to go to Russia right now, given it's the week that marks the one-year anniversary since the invasion of Ukraine?
Well, I think that Wang Yi has just, started the shuttle diplomacy. He's visiting a number of European countries. He was in France, he was in Italy, he was in Hungary. He has actually made a keynote at Munich Security Conference, where he announced China will have a peace plan for the Ukraine-Russian war, actually. And also, he actually met the Ukraine foreign minister at a Munich Security Conference. Now I think he will go to Moscow to meet the Russian foreign minister's counterpart. Basically, I think he's trying to find out what peace deal can be made, because China is going to announce its peace plan in the next few days. So I think this is a peace diplomacy. China is the only party now talking to both sides and trying to make a peace. I mean, I think that that visit is very, very meaningful. And
well, I was at the Munich Security Conference. I heard Wang Yi live there talking about peace, but that was met with a lot of skepticism by the Western leaders sitting and listening, because their feeling was that China is playing a double game. On the one hand, it's talking about a peace proposal. On the other hand, the United States says it has intelligence that China wants to support Russia through lethal weapons.
That's absolutely not true. I mean, China first, Mr. Spokesperson totally denied that and said those are the tricks played before. I mean, remember beginning of the Ukraine-Russian war, there was talking about, China providing weapons, and then it never happened. And China foreign, actually defense minister openly denied that at Shangri-La Dialogue, that China does not provide any material military support to Russia. I was at Munich Security Conference. I was in the audience here, and Wang Yi said, I think his peace plan, his peace proposal has got attention of many countries. I was questioned many times. So we'll see in the next few days, anniversary days, China will announce that.
Do you know what may be in this peace proposal?
Well, the peace proposal, basically, there's quite a few points. I think they will highlight China's stand on the sovereignty, territorial integrity of any country, including Ukraine. It will also against any nuclear weapons, and also against any destruction of nuclear power plants, against any logical weaponry, chemical weaponry, all those really.
Which are things that there are concerns that Russia's use or potential use of nuclear weapons. Has China made that clear to Russia that would be a red line?
Well, that is the China going to mention that in the peace plan. China already made that clear in Chancellor Scholz to President Biden. China doesn't like to see a nuclear war happen between Ukraine and Russia. And that's a very strong stand. I mean, but since then, we haven't heard Russia talking too much about nuclear. Well,
they ripped up the New START agreement just yesterday. President Putin said that New START agreement is dead in the water now.
Well, that's true. I think that's why we need to talk to both sides. We need to have a peacemaker. We see now the U.S. is providing weaponry to Ukraine, and China does not provide weapon to anybody. China provides humanitarian aid to Ukraine.
Well, why is the United States? Why is the United States and its intelligence convinced that perhaps China is flying too close to the sun, that it is considering lethal support for Ukraine?
Well, I remember last year when the China foreign minister met U.S. counterpart in Rome, there was rumors like that again. That is the old trick they played again. I mean, I don't know where is that information comes from. China government actually today has firmly denied that. And of course,
the U.S. Secretary of State also said that they've made it very clear to China that should China consider doing that, there would be severe consequences. Does China understand that if it did enter the arena of war, that there would be consequences?
Well, I think providing weaponry certainly have consequences. I think now, U.S. is also providing, but China does not. China has said very clear. China does not provide any weaponry to anybody, and China only provides humanitarian aid to Ukrainians. So I think this position China has the moral high ground. China is not the only party not involved in the conflict, and trying to make a peace, trying to have a shuttle diplomacy, trying to talk to both foreign ministers of both countries. I think we should do more than we should really get UN. I wrote a piece op-ed in the New York Times last year when the war broke out. I said we should have a 7-party talks, P5 member countries plus EU plus Ukraine. Let's have a peace summit.
Well, it doesn't appear that Russia is backing down at all in any way. We heard from President Putin yesterday, and it did not appear that he was interested in engaging in any kind of peace talk.
Well, China is trying. I mean, we need to try. I mean, we can't see the war continues and a loss of lives and the tragedy and the loss of people in the battleground. We really want to see the peace. I mean, we're in the second year of this war. It's terrible to have that. I heard Christopher of Munich Security Conference. He said the next year when we have a Munich Security Conference, probably the war is ending. So we hope that the war will not be continued. And let's all make peace together rather than we are still fighting in between Russia and Ukraine now.
So thank you very much for your time, and thank you for joining us here on the program.
Thank you.